And if their rate, say, went up to $2,200, that increase goes up only 15% a year until it reaches where it should be. When you buy a new home, it goes to where it is at that day on the rate. The only thing that we can do is at certain companies, we can actually transfer that policy from one owner to another owner. Okay, it takes a little bit of paperwork. It's worth doing because you get the same rate. Doesn't mean you're getting the same premium. You're getting rated the same. Okay, and you transfer it over. So it'll still go to...
Transfer fee?
What's that?
Will there be a transfer fee?
No, they transfer it right over on ownership. Not all of the companies are cooperative in doing that. So it depends on the flood carrier. We've got.
What do you mean by premium versus rate?
Sometimes the rates have changed, so we have some different rates. If you have a better rate on your property, it's like a multiplier. Whatever that rate is on the value of that, the premiums based off of on the home that we'd be transferring. Say it's 7% is what or 1% is the flood fee. Today it could be 1.2. It would stay at his rate. So there could be a savings just because of the rate savings.
Okay.
On to homeowners insurance. Any questions on flood? A lot of flood stuff going around right now for people coming in. No? Oh, elevation certificates. We really do need elevation certificates for quotes. A lot of times we'll go into the property appraiser's offices and stuff, or actually not the property appraiser, but the clerk's office, and we'll pull what we can because a lot of times we're on file. If you can get one from the previous or from the seller if they have one, or if you're the listing agent, it's good to make sure that they have one, you know, for the buyer, you know, for as you're selling the property. Elevation certificates mean we can really, you know, we can get a real quote on the home.
How long are those still good for? I thought those were good for quite a while.
They are.
I had a scenario recently where they said there was a new one needed and they had to spend money to get it. What's the deal with that?
That is carrier by carrier.
Is it really?
It is. It depends on, you've got Selective, you've got Wright, you've got Nationwide, you've got all these other companies that write ASI, that write flood. It's their own.
It's their own protocol.
Correct. Because an elevation certificate doesn't change. Sea level doesn't change. So 0 never changes. 8.5 on the bottom floor of the house never changes.
That's what I assumed, but...
Unless sea level is changing that we don't know about, but that's 0.
So they just wanted a new one.
They want to know.
Okay.
A lot of times what we'll do for the client...
Can you fight that, or is it just...
No, a lot of times what we do is we call the surveying company and have them update it. Okay, because it's already a stamped, you know, document. Nothing's changing on that form. They normally won't go back out and give you a survey. They'll do a $25 restamping fee and send you a new, you know, an updated survey. Wind mitigation inspections fall right into that, where, you know, they have to be on newer paper.
Okay.
So we can't use a 2010 wind mitigation from, you know, a previous owner. They don't allow it. That's a citizens thing, a state of Florida thing.
Okay.
For the wind credits.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anytime you get into that, you just give me a call. I'll even, you know, help with the surveying company, whether we're doing the policy or not, doesn't matter.
Right on.
Yes.
How much is an elevation certificate?
About $150. For we use Davis Surveying. We use Davis Surveying a lot. We refer them out, and they do a really good job. Go out, and it's about, you know, depends on the location too. I mean, if they got to go out to Immokalee to do it or something, for them it would be more expensive. We're better off finding a surveyor in that area.
Where's your office?
Our corporate office is in Cape Coral. We have branch locations and a lot of other real estate offices actually around the state. So we do desk space inside some big producing real estate offices to help.
Are you in Naples at all?
We're in the Engel and Volker's office on 5th and Naples.
Okay.
I'm not down there all the time, but the broker down there you know, sends us a lot of business, so we go in and sit with his agents and stuff. It's something I can always entertain with Chad after it was of interest.
So can I like to walk next door and talk to your guy? I don't care if I can't do that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm the guy for that office. I'm not down there all the time.
You're from the Naples office, aren't you?
Yeah, I spent time there. Yeah, we met.
Yes, we
Oh,
met.
Joe's where?
Yeah.
No, I met him
Down
at
in
the
Naples.
Naples office, yeah.
So I can just walk next door and say, see if you're there, and say,
Sure.
what's going on?
Yes, there's Ron Scalzo there. You'll see Joe Epifanio. He's a good guy. He's going to try to recruit you as soon as you walk in the door. Joe's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Good guy, mover to shaker.
Good, yeah.
You know, he's an opportunist. Walking out, hey, you should be here.
Every auction be like that.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, like recruit everyone, well, I mean, he can do it tastefully, right? I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
Tastefully is the operative word.
oh, there's more to the story anyway, I'm sorry. Sounds like there's a story behind it.
I'm not sure. I'm getting, I'm
Maybe
staying
there's a
out
story I
there.
don't know about. Okay,
We work hand in hand with a lot of brokers. So,
Okay.
in Cape Coral, we've got Century 21 Solomon Paradise, Bobby Mahan's office up there. We have a desk in there. And we'll do their meetings and stuff and help out everybody. And it creates a true resource with the real estate office. You know, you can't get every agent to give us all the business. It just doesn't work that way. So we just sit there, and if we can help, we help. And eventually, by osmosis, we actually get most of the business. This little booklet here, the homeowner's insurance booklet, is a toolkit for consumers from the state of Florida. Okay, and the reason I give this is because it has extremely comprehensive explanations on homeowners insurance that could be a great tool to give your client. If you want it in a PDF, just email us and we'll send you the PDF version of this for your client. When they're trying to understand insurance coming to Florida and everything, this really hits on all the points, you know, for them. It gives in the back, it gives the ability for them to do, and almost in the back, for doing their checklist for their contents and their property information inside the house, so that they can log it all and see what they have. It's very good for them to do. I try to talk everybody into just taking your video phone now, and you can catalog everything in your house in maybe an hour or two. You know, on video, tops open the drawers. Don't go through everything, but just video it all. I tell the story all the time. Before I got in insurance, I was a developer here in Florida. We were building Vivante, myself and Brian Stock, our partners from Stock Development up in Punta Gorda. We had Hurricane Charlie came through right over our sales center. So we went through Charlie, did a lot up there for the community. My mother was up in Connecticut at the time. She has a house in Vero Beach. And 2 weeks after Charlie, Francis is coming through over on that side. I run over to my mother's because I saw the damage in Charlotte County that we went through. I go to my mom's house. I actually have to break in. I don't have a key to my mom's. Take all of the, memorabilia, the pictures. They don't have anything digital. Everything, is photographed. All the pictures, take their insurance documents, their mortgage information out. Grab their whole safe. Took everything back here. 3 days after the storm, I go over to check on the house. The roof's ripped off. The ceilings are completely down. The house is flooded. It was an older style home built in the 80s. Wood frame with Texture 111 and an older roof. Worked with the insurance adjuster, and I was in the building business at the time. Worked with the insurance adjuster. It took about 1.5 years of a process to go through getting her what she was due. They really, when they go out there, it's to limit claim expenses that they can. Not to, I'm not going to say deny it because I knew they had to pay it. But this was Liberty Mutual, large company, and I had to fight them every step of the way to get everything for my mother. I fought with them. They said that they weren't giving her credit for any clothing. I'm like, she works at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. You don't think she has nice clothes? I didn't understand this stuff. So now I'm an advocate for our clients when we're here. I get in the middle of every claim there is. Somebody has a claim, a home claim, I tell them, call me, call our office. I will stop what I'm doing, drive down and get involved. Because of my construction background and now my insurance background, I can get in the middle of that real quick and help. Okay, and it's important because they try to get you to take a check, take a settlement, do this, and they're trying right off the bat to mitigate their expenses. So that's what they do. So if you guys ever have somebody that needs help, again, and I say this and I mean it, I don't care if I'm doing the insurance or not doing the insurance. You know somebody, you're like, hey, call Ron. He said he helps with this. I'll do it. Okay, even if it's not my client, doesn't matter. On the homeowners, the one thing I like to start off with in here is, I think on the second page, which is page 4, personal liability coverage on your homeowner's policy. And again, I talk to everybody like, does everybody in here own a home? Yes? No? Yes? Anybody in here rent? You have a renter's policy? Mm-hmm. Good. Real good. There's a lot of stuff covered in that policy. What's that?
Where I live, renter's insurance is it required?
A lot of places.
That's a great thing that they do that. For the cost of it, it gives you a lot of coverage. Personal liability is the first thing I'd like to talk about. Personal liability on your homeowners or your renter's policy. That covers an awful lot of stuff. You play golf, you hit a golf ball, you hit somebody in the head, they go to the hospital, you're covered. That's personal liability. You have children, they play baseball or soccer, or somebody gets hurt in the soccer field, it's covered. That's under that personal liability for anybody in your household for that coverage. If you slander somebody, that's where you're covered. Medical payments, the next one. Medical payments is a freebie on your home and renter's policy. Somebody gets hurt in your house at a cocktail party, glass falls, steps on a piece of glass, you immediately tell them, hey, listen, go right to the hospital, make sure you take care of it, get me those bills. My insurance company will cover that. There is no increase in premium, that is a freebie. That is so that it can deter anybody from wanting to sue, keeping the Morgan & Morgans out of the matrix of that. So even if a friend of yours says, oh, I had somebody slip, they fell, it happened to my aunt in my house before I was in insurance, and she fell, hit her face out in the front and broke her glasses, they covered everything. They covered it all. And I'm going, oh great, that's going to raise my insurance. Nope, doesn't happen. It's not a claim. Okay, they use it as a, as a tool to eliminate, a lawsuit. So that's how that's used. Let's see. Over to section 2, which is on page 10. That's where we get into the replacement cost versus actual cash value. And that's what I was explaining before. Replacement cost means you have old furniture in your home, it's older, you get new furniture of the same quality. If you bought it at Robin Stuckey, you get another Robin Stuckey sofa. If you've had it for 15 years, makes no difference, you get the same, you get equal